And welcome back. It's day 2 action here, the 2026 U13 B Provincials, hosted in Riverview, New Brunswick at the Byron Dobson Memorial Arena. It starts off with Riverview, who's 1-0, or 0-1, excuse me, and Lancaster, who's 1-0. As both teams still try to keep playoff hopes alive in order to make it to the semifinals tomorrow. It's 2-game day. Here at Saturday, day 2, a must-win tournament. The Blues find it in at center ice. They bring it along the left side. Curling around, they stop it in the corner. The backhander going around the net, goes to a fallen Lancaster defenseman. It's the Thunder. They move it back the other way through center. A quick little stick lift. It's a pickpocket there by Lanny. Caught in the middle, McCauley throwing it past Thompson and Cameron. It's the Blues that find it in the offensive zone, rimmed around the boards. Delayed icing there for a second, caught back by the Blues in the offensive end. They go around the boards, trying to corral it in the corner of the pass. Intended to go out in front. Blocked in the blue line by Hennessy. Still curling around with it. Here's Pinot to the middle, and he couldn't get that one on net. Regathered by Thompson in the corner, up to the blue line, waiting and letting one go is Connors that just misses the cage. It's Parker Snow that's in net for Lancaster. Cleared all the way down by the Thunder, and we'll go for an icing. And Odin Kelly in between the pipes for Riverview. It's gathered behind the net by Williams. He tries to go up the wall. Flipped out to center. A good breakout pass. That one just slides off the stick of a Thunder. It's Nathan Price going back on the back check. He'll move it along the boards. Caught in by Somerville. The Thunder move it to the middle. There's a shot denied by Kelly. Somerville with it in behind the cage, getting his stick lifted. Has heavy pressure along the boards. Good defensive play. I believe that's Beckwith. Gathering steam, going right through the gut was Cote Beliveau before he was denied. Going up the wall, Shepard gets it past Price. Shepard again. Will throw it around the board. That's regathered by Best as he finds it, tries to go out of the zone. Caught at the blue line, the quick shot just misses wide right of the cage. On the boards, again, another breakout attempt, another keep in. This time it's William Shepard in the corner, waiting out in front. Right next to the goal, they score! And who got the last touch on that? I believe that's Owen Somerville that heads to the bench in celebration. Make it a 1-0 game for the Thunder. Just 3 minutes into the contest. Face off, Shepard in to take it. That one's won by Crawford and gone back to the line. Tried to go up to Lamke. Regathered back at center. Moving it up the wall. It's McCauley. The Thunder turn and spin it back. Working up the wall. There was Regular. He was unable to go. Here's Lamke going up the right wing. He was stopped at his track by Beckwith. Regular again falls down. Ends up headmanning the puck perfectly to Crab. Beckwith stopping, going back around the net. Here's Regular. Unable to corral that one in front, up to the blue line. Won't get there as it's shot out by Lamke off a body. Taken, flipped high on the backhand by Regular. It's found back in the Riverview defensive zone for Brennan. Going up the wall, stopped in at the line. Another try, and that one didn't get on net. It was blocked by a blue. As Riverview heads back the opposite direction. Walking in the middle, a little spin move. What a move! The shot just over the net. Lucas Pino, almost a highlight reel goal, just elevated it over the crossbar. Pino again trying to find his way to the net. Blocked at the line by Hennessy. Couldn't control the puck, so it's shot back by the Thunder. Here's Connors. We'll send a perfect tape-to-tape pass to Fisher in the middle. Here's Fisher working on the right side. Fisher, the shot towards the goal. And that one kicked out. Snow didn't know if he had it there for a second, but deviated out of harm's way. Here's McCully. And behind the net, banked off the boards for Measy. In the middle, Hennessy will find it in some open ice and send it to his left. Pino passing that one off for Fisher. Couldn't quite get it back to Pino. Almost a perfect give and go constructed by the Blues. Going up the wall, shot back McCully. Regathered there by Whitaker. All the way down the ice. Here's Connors circling in around his own goal. Emerges out the left side, looks up the left wall. Here's Connors cutting to the middle. Cullen Connors still with it up the left side, waiting, lets one go just wide of the goal. Hennessy will keep it in for Fisher. Fisher having heavy pressure applied by McCully in the corner. Up and around the glass it'll go. Thunder, the attempted clear, will just find its way outside the blue line and up for Somerville. It's the Blues that regather off the boards. Caught in by Somerville just outside the line. Delayed icing momentarily. Back it goes for McCully. McCully looks rink wide. Hits the tape perfectly of Shepard. Sullivan back for the Blues. Making way in behind his net. Going up for Chappell. Back in behind the net. Shepard looks out in front. It's loose in the blue paint, and that one just slides wide of the goal of Kelly. Blues again regather. Out in the middle, it's deflected just up high through the blue line. Less than 9 to go. The Thunder will shoot it in order to reset. Working back, it's Connors. Connors right in between two Blues. Delayed icing. Is that one going to get there? And it just will. By just fractions of an inch. That one will be called off. Icing, excuse me. And on the other ice, the Restigouche Nord Vikings are still deadlocked at 0 with the Flames. They just started. And that first goal at 2:53 was Crab from Shepard. It was not Somerville, excuse me. Price in the middle. Shooting it down towards the Lancaster blue line. Again, flip just high. It goes to the opposite side where it's gathered in by Best. Caden Best showing off stick handles as he trails through the neutral zone. Will stop back towards his blue line off the boards. Trying to get that up to Chappell. Some obstruction from Williams as Chappell will elevate that one over the goal. Quandam back down for Chappell. Chappell unable to corral it right at the blue line. Taken back by the Blues. The little flip over to the right side for Chappell. Chappell skates in, put one towards the goal, and caught in by Parker Snow. And he'll make that save look easy at just 7:37. Lamke at the line for the Blues. Trying to trail down further and further into the zone. Now has some help there. I believe it's Sullivan. Cameron back with it for the Blues. Firing that one across. Pino trying to step in again. And he's been one to look out for so far, Lucas Pino. The Thunder will reset. Nolan up against the boards. Another attempt by Ellis to get it out. There was a blue that went falling into the boards. Lampke in behind the goal. Looks out in front. Looks towards the slot, then curls back in behind the goal. Thompson. Sending it down into the zone. Thompson still battling. Lampke comes out victorious. Thomas out in front. The backhander, they score! And a beautiful celly to go along with it. Levi Cameron evens the score for the hometown Blues, as he gets the perfect recipe for a goal. Puck on the backhand. And hours of free time out in the front of the net. That's going to be Levi Cameron. That evens the goal. We'll make it Cameron from Lampke. There's the quick shot denied by Kelly. Where's the Thunder that win it cleanly at the line. McCully will let one go from distance. That one's off the left pad of Kelly. Out in front, high slot, another try. That one didn't get to the net. That was Somerville lurking out in front. Blues head back up the other way with steam up the left side. They walk in. Little button hook to the blue line. Connors lets one go from distance. Off the boards. Hennessy back out in front. It's on the goal line. They jam it. They score! Max Sullivan, again the backhander from the goal line. Unfortunate timing for the Lancaster goaltender. But Max Sullivan quickly gets the Blues out in the lead in this one. Cote Bellevaux skating up on the right side, using his speed. Cote Bellevaux on his backhand. Going into the corner. Up towards the hash mark. Stops. Puts it towards the net. The save made by Snow. So a quick turn of events. Here at the Byron Dobson, making it 2-1 now in favor of the Riverview Blues. As the Thunder go back the other way, good defense on the back check. Number 12, Carson Chappell, using his speed to get back and defend that one off. Williams will send it into the zone. Regather back by the Blues and behind the net on the backhand. Hurling and trying to turn his best. The Blues work their way through center. Will dump it in, try to gain some possession. Here's Williams of the Thunder. Stops, will throw it up through center. Price trying to get on that one. It's a good deflection by Beckwith to get that to center. Beckwith offside. They have it at the line. Now two players offside. It's touched up. As we get a quick break, those two goals from the Blues at 8:19. It's Cameron from Lampke. And at 9:11, it's going to be Sullivan unassisted. Tough to exactly see who to give the assist to. Blues off the draw. They turn it over to the Lancaster defense. It was shot in by Kawatra. Blues regather back in the center. Here's Pinot gathering speed, going right up the gut. Pinot the shot. A good save by Parker Snow. Getting himself in perfect positioning to make the save as the ever so dangerous Luca Pinot was going right up the gut. To Snow's left, the face-off. Lamke trying to get at it. It's held in by Clayton Thompson at the line. Lamke going to the middle, dropped off and behind for Chappell. Chappell, the high shot off the crossbar. The Blues hounding the Thunder right now, including some good forecheck, but a better spin around pass from Nolan to get out of the zone with a good breakout. Trailing up with speed. That's Bachiu. Bachiu working his way in. It's a Blues penalty. So we're going to see our game's first power play of the night. So Lancaster will do a power play. There's a quick shot that just misses the goal. So just under a minute 40 now to go. A huge power play in for the Thunder would be massive if they could tie it up here. Casey holding it at the line, the shot through traffic, still loose. Trying to get a whack at it there with Shepard. Couldn't quite do it. And that one slides under the stick of Casey as he's almost able to hold it in. The little backhander will go across. Captured him by McCulley. Almost a perfect transition as Shepard's barely unable to hold on. Best going in around the net. We'll chuck it around. Stopped in. Shot put towards the net. Taken up by Somerville in the corner. Being pinned now is Shepard. Somerville, Shepard. As they go around, Shepard looked to have gone head up high. It'll be cleared out by the Blues. The puck will trickle towards the net of Snow. He'll come out of his net to play it. It's regathered by Lanigan. Lanigan around the boards. Only one coming down is Price to hold it in. Price towards the net. It's redirected off the paddle of Snow and will find its way into the opposite corner. The Thunder, they bring it out through center. With speed, trying to work his way in, try to stay on side. Was regular. And he'll get it down towards the ringette line. Putting pressure, it stopped it at the line. Here's Ellis towards the middle. Getting tied up with Lamke, puck poked free. It's just outside the blue line. Coming outside the zone, Ellis. Trying to turn and spin. And it barely held in. As it's deflected off of travel and be sent to center. Here, power play is now expired. There's a quick shot denied by Snow. Minute 37 to go in the first. Shot from the blue line, stopped, a little turnaround pass to the middle. Cote Bamino couldn't get that one. Ellis, the shot and the rebound. Cote Bamino looking for it. At the line, Thompson flipped that one high. Williams had to duck, almost got a headshot. The Thunder trail it through center, a collision. Brought back by the Thunder as we get down to the last minute of play. Moving back, it's Thompson. Blaine Thompson in around the net on his forehand. Waits goes up, almost caught in at the blue line. Blues might still have a chance. Trying to move it up there was Johnson, unable. Backhand flip down, Cote Bamino. Around the net, sees a perfect outlet pass to Chappell, who then goes rink wide. They got some room. Moving in with 40 seconds, the pass to the middle, and it's just out of the reach of Cote Bamino. He now has it on his backhand side of the net, another try to the side of the net. And what a chance from Carson Chappell. Thompson trying to hold in at the line, accidentally takes the guy down with him. Connors moving back for the Blues after an original dump and attempt. Curls back, will go rink wide. The Blues have done an impeccable job of that so far. Here's Pino stepping in, trying to cut to the middle where he was double teamed quickly. Chappell will bank it off behind the boards. Pino with just 5 seconds left. Curls on the high slot, up high, waiting. The shot from Chappell didn't go. Another try. It's loose in the blue paint, and the clock hits 0. Their score after the first, make it 2-1 in favor of the Blues. Quick goal summary, 2:53. It's Crab from Shepherd for the Lancaster Thunder. And 2 Blues goals within a minute. Levi Cameron from Lamke and Sullivan unassisted. We'll see you back for the third period. It's Brandon Lane from the Byron Dobson here at the 2026 U13B Provincials being streamed on MST. And after a quick pause, we return for the second period. Blues up by a goal. They have to hold that here as both teams had plenty of opportunities in the first. There was a good pinch by Kawatra. The puck rolls free in behind the net of the Thunder. Regather it up. It's Cameron trying to cut his way to the middle. He has the second goal for the Blues in behind the net. Pass out in front. Cameron looking for a jab at it. It's retaken by the Thunder. Cameron again still looking for it. Taken up by King. King now having to turn back as it's Lamke that goes up the right wall. Here's Nathan. Here's Lennon Lamke waiting, shooting again off the post. Multiple post tries. The Riverview Blues making music so far. Here's Cameron stopping at the ringette line. Initial attempt putting it to the net doesn't work, so he'll go along the left boards that it's caught him behind. Working up Cameron. Getting it back in the pile. Lamke with it on his backhand, shoves it to his forehand. Lamke waiting, sharp angle shot, loose in the slot, snows down. And again, we'll have another look at it. But the Blues are doing a tremendous job here on home ice. They start off 0-1, but they have come out firing on all cylinders thus far. Face-off circle, won by the Thunder. A good defensive zone draw win. Here's Best of the line, unable to hold. Crab trying to pass it to the middle. Deflected off the stick of a Riverview defense. Up towards the neutral zone. With speed, Johnson throws it across. What a pass! The shot denied by Snow in the glove. And what a pass from Jackson Johnson. Seeing his teammate in wide open ice, seeing the play oh so very well, and setting his team up for some scoring chances. Here the Thunder will regather in behind their net. Outlet pass to Crab. It's in his feet. He tries to backhand it off the wall. Held in by Best. Moving across. Price looking to hold. Outspeeds Ellis. Going down low. Working it around the net was Fisher. Back around, Ellis can't quite deflect it out. Shot from the line from far. And that one just missed the net. Working down into the zone, Sullivan can't quite get it out. It's flipped up high past Best. Crab skating on it. This one not going to go for icing, doesn't have enough. Nathan Price going in around the net for the Blues. Will throw this one up. It's intercepted, walking back in. What a move, regular, the shot denied. And a huge chance for the Lancaster Thunder. Ellis going in behind the net. Fakes a shot, tries to go up out in front. Barely held in at the line here by McCully. In the middle, there's another try that goes over the net. Was that regular again? Two good chances for him. Easy in the corner, taken down. Crab holds it in at the line. Unable to this time as it's Quantum that goes off the boards. Headman's that one up for Chappell. Going and circling back, here's McCully. Will throw it up through center. Will only get back to Price in the Riverview defense. This one cleared. It looks like Price will be charged with an icing in the Blues. Or not. There's a Lancaster player that hits the boards. Blew a tire. I believe that was Emmett Casey, excuse me, who had lost an edge going back, skating hard. We're going to have an injury timeout here on MST. First aid coming on. We'll be back shortly here with the 2026 U13B Provincials. And it looks like Casey will make his own way to the bench. And he's just going to have a sit on the bench. And hopefully nothing too serious. We hope to see him back soon. That was a very clean face-off win. I believe that was Aiden Measy. Here's Measy down. Not out as he gets back up. Still tries to trail the puck up through center. Now getting a bit aggressive right next to the wall as he falls down again. Dumped in by the Blues. Lanigan going back for it. Can't quite get it on the wall. It's recovered up high. Quantum can get the shot off. Chappell again centering and off the feet of Quantum. Two good chances for Quantum, but an unlucky bounce from the puck both times makes them unable to get a hold of it. Cote Babineau back for it. Chappell up for Cote Babineau. What a beautiful give and go. Cote Babineau poke check by Jace Lanigan. Clutch defense from number 4 in white. Around the wall. The Royals chase back on it. Brennan won't get to it. It's called icing. So as we get a stoppage of play, we'll check out what's happening in the lower rink, which is also on MST right now. And the Kensett Flames have dominated the first period. They are up 3-0 on the Restigouche Nord Vikings. They're just at the end of the first, second period starting up soon. Also on MST. But right here we have Pinot dumping it into the zone. Nolan trying to go around the boards. Blues still in the offensive zone. A nice move made. Working down. Cameron in and around the net, finds his way back up towards the hash marks. Turns and sends it back to Pinot. Pinot at the goal line, moving in, cuts around the net on his backhand, moves it to his forehand, stops and shoots, and that one just goes over the net. Pino again. We'll send it to the line. Waiting. The pass by Connors back to Pino. Going down for Lamke. Lamke moving in. We got a penalty coming up. And another one maybe as the Blues will head to the power play. Here out in front. The shot just to the side of the net from Cameron. Lamke working in the corner. It's touched up. What a hustle by Odin Kelly as he hustles back to the net. Oh my God, he's got speed to him. And it's Sam Shepard that's going to head to the box. Or excuse me, Cole Nolan. As the Blues will get a 2-minute power play coming up here in MST from the Byron Dobson. It's Braden Lane live with you as the Blues will head to their first power play of the day. Currently 0 for 0. As the Thunder will find it in behind the net. Gone up against the boards. The attempted clear gets stopped to the blue line. Sullivan into the zone. McCulley getting back with it. Will throw it across over for Regular out of his reach. Caught in by Fisher. Regathered back. Sullivan in behind the net. Waits on his forehand. Looks at the front side of the net. The shot off the side of the post. Sullivan back the other way. The backhander pass. Gets it back. Chips it up to the line. One-timer from Best. Blocked within the feet of Machiu. That's the shot. Won't go on net. Was a little floater caught in at the line. Regathered high slot. There's the shot denied by the pad of Snow. At the line, Best will keep it in. The Blues doing a good job on this power play. Still in the zone just momentarily as it's finally outside. Just about 45 to go. Taken around by the Blues. Johnson, the little no-look behind the back pass doesn't go. Flipped back by the Thunder, still a one-goal game. As the Blues will find it loose in the middle. Sullivan working his way up, taken down. Blues still have possession in behind the net. They'll turn around, nice slot, they score! Carson Chappell on the power play, right spot, right time. Make the score now 3-1 for the Blues. As Chappell could not have been in a better spot. As the Blues are now up 3-1 as they capitalize on the power play. And that's Jackson Johnson with another good setup. He gets an assist this time to make it 3-1. Give another assist to Max Sullivan as he gets on the board. Shot towards the net by Lanigan, a good block. As here's a breakout pass, almost right on the tape of Quandam. Cote Bellevaux, nice little toe drag, loses it in his feet. Cote Bellevaux still with it. A nice pass on the ground to get over to Chappell, although he didn't expect it. Flip up, blue line. Retaken by the Blues right at center. Cote Bamino will scoop it in. Flip out front, high slot turning, firing Cote Bamino. And blocked before he could get on the net. Another sharp angle shot doesn't go. Moves again, high slot, Cote Bamino unable to get a shot off. Here's Quantum wide open, a good save, it lands on top of the net. The water bottle comes off. And I believe they scored the bottle. And a nice save by Snow, and the rebound lands up on top of the net and stays there in the effort to get it off the net. The quench bottle also comes down with it. Here's the Thunder. Their attempt to break out, down 3-1, but not out. Here's Connors given a shove by Shepard, and he's going to get the call for it. So the Blues, excuse me, are going to head back to the power play. Sam Shepard will head off for body contact right against the near boards. Another power play attempt for the Blues. 1 for 1 so far. In around the net, out and for the backhand, they score! And he finally gets one. Lennon Lamke has been all over the puck today. And finally finds himself with a little backhander. Or excuse me, that's Levi Cameron. He gets his second of the night, making it 4-1 in favor of the Riverview Blues. And here's a stretch pass, could be all alone. The breakaway, here's Crab stepping in, the shot, a good save. Odin Kelly shuts the door. And a penalty up and coming. This one's going against Riverview, I do believe. As they touch up, there's a hook, no a trip. Lennon Lamke going off 2 for a trip. And he accidentally falls down with possession, leading to a trip. Definitely not on purpose. So a 2-minute power play for the Lancaster Thunder. And it starts off hot for the Royals with a penalty kill. Down in the zone, Fisher trying to out-muscle McCauley. Couldn't do that as the Thunder now make their way back. Pass attempt to the middle, caught up in a skate. Flung up slightly as it's gathered back by Williams. Williams trying to go off the board, Fisher with some pressure. A good poke by Johnson as there's another penalty coming up against the Thunder. And they're going to even that up. We'll make it a 4-on-4 now for 1:20. Quade Ellis in the middle, just getting a bit too rowdy. Make it a 4-on-4, more ice for each team. Now just over a minute time, icing by the Thunder. As we begin the 4-on-4, the Thunder make way up the middle. Good back check, Pino and Sullivan. A dynamic duo on that one. As here's Connors. Cutting it up along the left side. will throw it, try to get it to Pino. He redirects it, so this should not be icing as Pino. He wins it out against McCully. Pino, side of the net, poke checked, regathered. Moving up is Whitaker. I tried to move it across over for Measy. That's sent back for Coatra. Logan Coatra went against the near boards. Moved up, here's Sullivan. Sullivan along the left boards. McCully getting the better of him as he goes down. Here's Williams. Little outlet pass in behind Whitaker. That's taken back by Connors and into the zone. Poke check attempt. McCully and Connors. Now Sullivan, he gets sent down to the ice. Stick of McCully comes out of his hands. Walking in, Quantum, the shot to the side of the net. Bit of momentary excitement from the crowd. That one looked to have almost gone in. Right in the blue paint, they search for it. Somehow sent just wide of the net as there's a Riverview player down on the ice, getting up slowly. Quantum just unable to hold. Williams on the board, held on, shot towards the goal. That one didn't go. McCully regathering back in the corner. Flip up, ramps off a stick. Now all special teams done as it's caught right towards the blue paint. And a good poke check to get Sam Shepard off the ice where he was just out of the box. It's the boards held in by Somerville. In around the goal, a Thunder player is tripped up, so we're going to have another Lancaster power play. With the trip by Beckett Hennessy. So as the Thunder begin another power play, did not go as wanted last time out, taking a penalty. Here's a shot that just goes over the net, short-handed by Chappell. Best will hold it in. Behind Chappell, looks out. There was snow, but fallen down. Luckily his defense up and a shot. Price just outside the blue line will shoot it in. Just over a minute 30 left in the period. The Blues have increased their lead by a score of 4-1 now. Shot in, Cote Babino will go to chase it. Cote Beaulieu on his backhand, turning, going to the middle, Best a little backhander, that one doesn't get out. Thunder may have an opportunity to go back the other way. Somerville will shoot it in. We'll go in behind the net. Price up against the boards, held in. Pulled momentarily by regulars. There's a 2-on-1 shorthanded as we get to the last minute of play. Cote Beaulieu in offside with Chappell. As the bench and crowd didn't agree with it, but now just 58.1. And the power play for Lancaster will take up the majority of. Puck still stationary in the face-off circle. Caught out by the Thunder. Going against the right, trying to get along the boards was Crab. Is now moving up was Nolan. Nolan and Crab still trying to dig it free. The backhand will go into center ice. Shot in by Coatra. Moved out Ellis up against the boards. Ellis still trying to bulldoze his way through. Gets caught up with a man. As the Blues find their way back, another potential on-man rush. Walking in, the shot denied by the blocker of Parker Snow. Running unable to hold the line. Walking up, Biachu. Lift high, penalty expired as it goes all the way down the ice for an icing at 1.3. Face-off will go to Kelly's left, and tie up off the draw. That ends the second period. Well, 2 goals in that period, both in favor of the Blues. Chappell from Johnson and Sullivan on the power play. And Cameron coming up at 9:18. We'll take a quick break for the Flood here in MST. It's Braden Lane from the Byron Dobson Memorial Arena, the upper rink. As we remind you that the Kenson Flames and the Restigouche Nord Vikings are playing in the lower surface right now. They're live in the second period here on the HNB U13B Provincials. Every game live on MST.
Around the boards, intercepted by Riverview. Blocks the shot, scores! Early in the game. Sorry, 17 shot. Gloves away from the Miramichi goalie. Riverview, the host of this provincial tournament. Face she now going around the net. Intercepted shot. Blockered away. And it'll be 4-5. Connors enters the zone. Gets past one. Gets past another. Shot. Just there. Sullivan now will enter the zone. 3-on-3. Sends it back to Johnson. Johnson shot. Glove down. Rebound. Stopped by number 1, the goal. Struggling to do that so far this game. Shot. Ball in the zone. Shoved off the puck, and that will be a penalty for Miramichi, and a little bit to the right of the goalie. Miramichi trying to set up a power play. Face off won by Riverview. He'll chip it. He'll get past one, and there'll be a slashing call. 5-on-3 for man. One-timer. Stopped. Rebound. Where's the puck? Great save from Riverview. Great through the middle. Shot. Blocked by his own teammate. Rebound. Oh, just wide into the corner. Another one. Great opportunity for Riverview. Shot. Wide off the crossbar. What a continuing, just dominant pressure in the Miramichi zone. Just up to the front. Puck just went to the Riverview defenseman. That shot's blocked by number 19. He'll start a good attack. Good defensive play from Riverview. Not clear the zone. Shots tipped. Rebound. The net. She putting a lot more better pressure. One-timer shot. Great save from the shots at this age. Number 19, another good shot, scores. Urgent this period, and that will be a penalty on Riverview. We'll send the zone. Now, last thing they wanted to happen. Saved by the goalie. Is it most likely game? It's 15 will send it in front. It's loose. They'll tip away from the net. Between the legs. Number 4. This time send it out front to 51. Shots just wide of the net. B. Shot. Is that a goal save? Can't tell from here. Trying to clear it. Gives it back to C4. There's a rifle of a shot. Hits great pressure from Edmondson. 49 in front. Shot. Blockered away from the lane. 61 winning pressure. Sends it in front. 14. Copper. Tipped up in the air. Just. Copper. Scores! Pastor. That'd be 2 minutes for head contact. Possibly 4 minutes. Let's see what the ref sees. Edmondson, man, runs over his guy, and they'll call a power. They'll call. But Edmondson. Harsh pressure up to 61, right in the middle. Hits the post. Sends it to 61 again. The 19. 49, what a save again. Lancaster. Sorry, 17 shot. Gloves away from the Miramichi goal. power play. Up to Pano. Pano now through the middle. Shot. Just high. Now Miramichi looking to clear it. puck stopped. No, great second effort, but Miramichi will end up icing it. Dumping it down, sorry. Number 11 trying to give it up, but no one's there. Riverview has time. Number 11 will go around the net. Looking for a pass, he'll chip it up the boards. Miramichi is there. They'll dump it down once it gets stopped by Riverview, putting great pressure on this Miramichi team. The Miramichi zone, number 8, Sullivan, his shot. Gloved away from Miramichi, only 40 seconds left to go. Shot high, blocker save. Miramichi now clearing it all the way down the ice. Miramichi, there's a Miramichi guy in the corner. Riverview guys there though. 22 seconds left to go in this power play. Riverview looking for a counter-attack. Miramichi guys there. Miramichi dumps it into their zone. It's blocked away. Dumping it down the ice. 5 seconds left to go in this power play. They'll just try to get a last second attack here. Great chance. Number 17 gets past one. Just loses it. And Miramichi will now have a good counter attack. Comes it up to the middle. Dumps it down. He'll change. Icing waved off. You guy will get it. Running around the boards, number 10. A great counterattack, and he trips, and they'll call that a tripping call. 2 minutes for tripping. Another great chance for Rudy to extend their lead to 2. Good tripping call, number 15, Savoy, their captain, who's had a chance today. Face off. In the Miramichi zone. 8:47 left to go in the first. 2 power play for Riverview. Face off one by Miramichi. Looking to dump it. They cannot. Moves it around the boards. Battle in the corner. Miramichi will come out on top. Still battling in the corner. Miramichi gets it. Stopped at the D. Shot blocked away, but it's in the corner. Good battling from Riverview here. Behind the net, Miramichi will try to clear it, but it's stopped. Soft shot, tipped away back into the corner. Riverview shot attempt is blocked by number 19. Back to the D-man. Rimmed around the boards. Miramichi will try to clear it. It's stopped. Just out. Miramichi gets a sign of relief here. Face off in the Riverview zone. Throws up by the keeper. Minute, 6 seconds left to go in the power play. 7:53 left in the first period. 1-0 Riverview. Riverview wins the face-off. It's number 5 now going around their own net. Looking for an outlet pass. Carry it a little bit more, and he'll try to carry it up the ice. Number 5, Connors, enters the zone. Gets past one, gets past another. Shot! Just misses the net. And Riverview will try to keep it in. They do. It's Connors to Pinot. Pinot through the middle. Cameron. Shot just high. Great scoring opportunity there for Riverview. 2 key chances. The clearing attempt is stopped by the D-man. Shot again. Good save from Miramichi's goalie, who's kept them in this game so far. Another good chance for Riverview. He cuts back. Looking for a man. Gives it to Connors, the D-man. His shot. Glove down by the Miramichi goalie. 14 seconds left to go on the power play. Great chances from Riverview so far this power play. But this Miramichi goalie standing on his head, keeping them in this game. great shooting and movement from this Riverview power play. Creating And we are back for Lancaster versus Edmonton. Face off one by Edmonton, who enters the zone. 3-on-1 early. Shot stopped by Lancaster. Lancaster looking to do a little counterattack. Puck in the skate. And we just send down into the Edmonton zone. Don't move it around the glass. Pressure from Lancaster. Lancaster tries to send it out in front. Good defensive play from Edmonton. They look to send it up the ice. Dude gets past one. Good pressure from 49. It's the boards. Edmonton. Good. Now Lancaster has an opportunity, but Edmonton is there. We'll send it up the ice. Number 61 who enters the zone. Dump it down the ice for a change. Lancaster has time. Send it up the boards. No one there. Will be picked up by Edmonton. Curl back. Good pressure from number 12 on Lancaster. Lancaster trying to get it out of their own zone. Edmonton. Good pressure. That was the middle. No one there. Again, great pressure from Edmonton, keeping Lancaster stuck in their own zone. Be a good chance for them to get it out. They cannot. Edmonton is there. We'll send a D-to-D pass, and it will be chipped off against the boards. Edmonton now in their own zone. Picked up by Lancaster. Falls, tries to shoot while he's on the ice. Fans on it. Now Edmonton stuck up against the boards, sent to the middle. Great play from number 41. Goes to the middle. Cuts in. Shot. High glass. Behind the net is Lancaster. Good pressure from Edmonton. Great. Motion from Lancaster. Edmonton brings it around the boards. Lancaster. Now trying to get it out their own zone. Edmonton, great pressure. Number 52 cuts in. Lancaster shot. Sorry, Edmonton shot. Gloved down by Lancaster. Probably a face off. In the zone of Lancaster. Face off one. Sorry, by Edmonton. Edmonton continues to stay in their zone. Glove down by the goalie Lancaster. You guys missed the last game between the Riverview Blues and the Miramichi Wild. Riverview came out on top 2-1. And if you missed the other game, Flames of Kent Sud came out victorious against, I cannot pronounce that name, I'm sorry, but they did win 2-0. And now Edmonton trying to keep it in their own, keep it in the Lancaster zone. Through the middle. Shot just wide of the net. Has it in the front, no one there. Up the boards, Lancaster, that might be an icing call. Lancaster guy will get there. No, he will not. Face off at 11:54 in the Lancaster zone. Edmonton wins the face off. The defensive chips up the ice, chips up the board, sorry. Battling with it. Number 5 for Lancaster. Sent it to the middle, behind the man, and it will be sent all the way down the Edmonton zone. But no icing to the zone player who hit it down the ice. That's intercepted by Lancaster's number 5. Great pressure from Lancaster, keeping it in the Edmonton zone. Edmonton now, great counterattack. It's number 49 leading the rush. 49 tries to send it out front. Pass is deflected. But here comes Lancaster. Number 14 enters the zone. tries to send it out in the middle. No one there. Shot wide over the net. Hits off someone's stick. 49 though for Edmondson. Chips it off. Chips it out of the zone. And now 61 chasing after it. But Lancaster, the defenseman that's there, will take it behind the net. And will send it around against the boards to his man. Number 8. Great pressure from Edmondson. Making him cough up the puck. Now it's a great rush here for Edmondson, sorry. He sends it in between the stick. Great defense from number 7. Keeping it to a minimal. Now here comes Lancaster. Great opportunity. Number 8 now. Beat by number 9 of Edmondson. And will be sent down the ice for an icing call. Icing call. Face off moving down the ice. And 18 in the first 0-0. Face off won by Lancaster, but intercepted by Edmondson. Trying to chip it off the boards, he could not. Will send it all the way down the ice. Round is 41 for Edmondson, trying to chip it past his defenseman. We're 18 and 41 pinned up against the boards, battling for it. Now Lancaster, now great opportunity. Number 11 trying to chip it off the boards. In a tangle with one of the Edmondson players, a little shove from the Edmondson player. Number 9 using some good dangles to get out of the zone. Number 12 was sent down the ice, but slowed down by the Edmondson player who will take it around the net. Trying to get nifty with it, but stopped by the Lancaster pressure. Up the middle, intercepted by number 9 for Lancaster, who sent it all the way down the ice. Sorry, around the board, sorry. Now Edmondson will send it around the ice. Another face-off. Here in the first. Lancaster battling against the boards. Edmondson will rip it around, trying to get that clearing opportunity. Good battle against the board as Lancaster comes out on top. Another battle around the boards. Edmondson still trying to clear it. They do. This is a great goal scoring opportunity. It's number 4 and 51. Number 4 sends it across. 51 shot. Good save from the goalie, Lancaster. Stops that 2-on-1 opportunity. He still keeps it at 0-0. Face off 1. Now here comes Lancaster. Great outlet pass. It's too hard for him to receive it. Now Edmondson trying to create more opportunities other than that 2-1. Great pressure, but he misses the puck. And Lancaster will regain it, but it's Edmondson now putting fierce pressure on Lancaster. And battling against the boards, leading to an opportunity for Edmondson now. 4-51 again. Rebound. Stopped by Lancaster. 8:20 left in the first. Edmondson, good back-to-back opportunities to take the lead from 4-51 over and over again. Same like we've seen that 2-on opportunity before. Get a goal. Left to go in the first after a quick face-off. And a face-off to the left of the goal, to the right of the goalie, sorry. Edmondson wins that face-off. Lancaster gets it, trying to chip it up the board. Emerson's there. Good pass to 49, who will just throw it down the ice. Good pressure from Evanston. A little shove there, but not enough for a penalty. Lancaster now trying to clear it out of their zone. Cannot, after good pressure from Emerson again. Emerson seemed like they pressed on the gas a little bit more, but here comes Lancaster. We'll send it down the ice for a dump. Emerson really misses it, but don't worry, there's an Emerson defenseman there. Gets it, chip it up to the winger, gives it to the center. Now 49, opportunity for a goal. Scoring, tries to send it in front. Fans on it, but still sends it down behind the net. And 19 is there, sends it out in front. Great opportunity for 61. Another shot. Great save from Lancaster. As Emerson continues to put pressure on Lancaster. 61 for Emerson. Chipped around the repair zone. Struggling to do that so far this game. Shot. Ball in the zone. Shoved off the puck, and that will be a penalty for Miramichi and a little bit to the right of the goalie. She's trying to set up a power play. Face off won by Riverview. He'll chip it. He'll get past one, and there'll be a slashing call. 5-on-3 for man. One-timer. Stop. Rebound. Where's the puck? Great save from Riverview. Great through the middle. Shot. Blocked by his own teammate. Rebound. Oh, just wide into the corner. Another one. Great opportunity for Riverview. Shot wide off the crossbar. What a continuing this dominant pressure in the Miramichi zone. It's up to the front. Puck just the Riverview defenseman.
Thank you for joining us back on MSC. Had a solid hour and a half, 2-hour delay for a power outage. But we resume here with a 5-minute warm-up, and then we still have a third period to play between the Riverview Blues and the Lancaster Thunder. So stick around watching the quick warm-up here. Both teams getting their legs fresh. And we'll be back for third period action. Blues 4, Thunder 1. And as we return for the third period, a long-awaited third period, that is, we'll go over a quick scoring summary. It all started out in the first period at 2:53, about 2.5 hours ago. That was Crab from Shepherd of the LMHA Thunder. Then there was Cameron from Lamke, Sullivan, then Chappell from Johnson and Sullivan, and Cameron again. And that leaves us at a 4-1 game in which we finally start the third period. I believe play ended around 11:45. Now back at just past 1:30. And here we are, the Blues trying to take it out of their own zone. It's caught at the line. McCulley in there. Banked off the wall. This one all the way down from Hennessy. Skating after it. Cameron looking, holding on his backhand, going around the net. Heavy pressure here from Casey. Cameron still with it to the blue line. Connors will be able to keep it in. A little backhander. Sullivan in behind the net. Regathered by the Lancaster defense, still behind the net. Cameron waits, looks out in front. Couldn't quite hit Levi Cameron. And the Thunder cleared out of the zone. It's sent off the wall by Shepherd. In back on offense. Skating around. Connors will throw that one up. Over for Pino. Skating in with it now is Sullivan. And around the net. Cameron's in front. Sullivan in the corner. Back up to the ringette line. Hits the brakes. Has some pressure. There's Lamke and Price unable to get it. Could be an odd man rush going back the other way. Shepherd with regular with him. Shepherd in. Sharp angle. The save is made by Kelly. The wraparound attempt doesn't go. He got caught in behind the net. They still whack at it in front. Shepherd to the line. Waiting. The shot is blocked. Could be a break the other way. Pino with speed. Defended on by Williams. He's tripped. The shot towards the net is redirected away by Snow, but touched up by the Thunder. We're going to have a Lancaster penalty, and nothing much Lincoln Williams could have done. The speedy and skillful Lucas Pino got almost caught all alone. And not much you could do to stop him other than take him down. The 2-minute power play for the Blues as they win the draw cleanly. It goes to the line. Shot towards the net doesn't go. The rebound ends up on the opposite side. Waiting and chipping it in at the blue line. That's Thompson. They're looking down low. Sullivan going in around the net. Has some pressure in from Coatra. Still digging for it. Chappell out in front. High slot. Waiting. A nice fake out in front. The shot. They score! Bar South on the power play. Jackson Johnson. A snipe with surgical precision goes bar down. The Lancaster team definitely want another look at it. That definitely looks like that hits back bar. Make it 5-1 now. Just over 2 minutes into the period. Here's Regular off the draw. Throwing up. Back to the Riverview defense. Through center. Chappell unable to get it. Intercepted by Williams. He's in. Delayed offside. Regathered back by the Blues. Going up against the wall. It's Quandam moving in, but he's offside. They'll make it Johnson from Sullivan and Fisher on the power play at 2:11. It's caught into the zone. Nolan unable to get it out. Walking back. Thompson applying huge amounts of pressure. It's now back in front. Cotible couldn't quite get a stick on it. Cleared past Chappell. It finds its way into the corner. First from the Lancaster. It's put towards the net side of the net. Cotible tried to sneak one in. Connors from long range doesn't go. The rebound swirts right back out to the side of the net. Rimmed around. Here's Hennessy to keep it in at the line. Hennessy out in front, takes a couple bounces. Almost a terrible bounce for the Lancaster Thunder as it's cleared in and past Connors, and we'll go all the way back to the Riverview end. It's taken and shot along the boards from around the net. Coatra trying to put it back into the zone. Hennessy out to center. Moving up, Cote Beaulieu, he's taken down. Chappell skates in, has a shot, there it is, and a good save by Snow. And a good heads-up play by the defense to clear it out of harm's way. It's the Thunder that recover. Going back to his own end is Casey. He'll throw it around the boards. Couldn't quite get it to Measy, so it's kept in at the line. Going in behind the net is Nolan. Cutting and rotating back the other way. He goes against the boards. Trying to chip it out as regular. As about 3 players collided just outside the Lancaster blue line. Walking out, Coatra. Throwing that up through center. That deflected off a couple twigs and went back to the Riverview defense. There, almost a collision with Best. He keeps his feet as Lampke enters the zone. Lampke waits, goes to the net, and in the high slot, no one there for it. The Blues may be able to keep it in, but it just gets outside the zone. Here's Pinot. Pinot cutting to his backhand, walking in, another little cut to the left side. Pinot, the shot. Good save made by Sano. That Pinot now taken down. Still with it in behind the net. I believe that was Coatra that may have accidentally taken down. Pinot out in front of the shot. Another save, Parker Snow. Back against the wall. Here's Best holding it in. Shot from far, redirected by the defense. Coatra against the wall. Captured back in by the Riverview forecheck. On the pass to the defense, a beautiful saucer pass, but it'll go just outside the zone for Price. Price into the zone. Cole Nolan to chase. Nolan on it, tries to get it by Pinot, and it just gets outside the zone. Skating for it is Shepard. Couldn't quite hold possession, gets it back. Tried to protect the puck, going in along Best. Best in around the net. I made it about to the ringette line before the puck was turned over and behind the net. Into steal, it's King. King shoved down back for the Blues. Less than 10 to go in our third and final period. Pinot into the zone. Lamke skating up, has Cameron in front in his office. Lamke out pressured, it's taken away. And a good pass up to Shepard. Shepard the backhand, blocked in a pair of feet. That was Johnson. Out in the middle, it's shot in by Somerville. Regathered behind the net by Brennan. He circles that one around for Johnson, who chops it out right to the stick of Clark Fisher. Fisher skating up, trying to outspeed his man, and will. Here's Fisher stealing, getting shoved into the corner. Beckwith and Macaulay. Back to the side of the net. The sharp angle shot just went through the crease. Blues regather. Trying to curl towards the corner was Sullivan. We got the back side of the net. Pass it in front. Doesn't go. Sullivan will shoot it around for Fisher. Fisher turning, waiting, has room behind the net. Goes out for Sullivan. Sullivan to the blue line, and that one just too out muscled. Didn't know his own strength, so it's all the way back for Brennan in his defensive zone. Brennan against the wall. Out to the red line. Fisher got caught up with 2 Thunder players. Here's Thompson getting beat by Ellis. Sent back to the middle. Fisher still in a heated battle right in the neutral zone. Regathered back behind the net of the Thunder. Flipped up against the wall. Looking to go get the free puck. Here's Casey. Casey with pressure from Chappell. Gets it out perfectly to Beckwith. Beckwith trying to shove it to the middle. Only has one hand on his stick, and the puck will squirt out and go all the way back for Connors. Connors hits the brakes behind the net. Fakes out a couple. And there's a Thunder player. Beckwith went sliding into the net. And that got the net taken off. Couldn't tell if he had blown an edge or had been tied up. And it looks like he may have been tripped by his own teammate. The face-off will go outside and into the neutral zone. Won by the Blues cleanly. Hennessy, the D to Connors. Connors hits the tape perfectly of Quandam. Is Quandam now able to hold the zone? Not once, but twice. Quandam and Chappell working in the backhander. And there was Cote Beaulieu unable to get to that one. Potential 2-on-0 led by Whitaker. Sam Whitaker into the zone, waiting and letting one go just wide. And the rebound to the side of the net was just lost by Machiao. Working up, could be a breakaway. The backhander, Snow says no. Here's Lampke putting it into the zone. It's rimmed back around by Measy. Lampke catches it. Going around. Lampke still with it. Sent down into the boards. 2 Blues down. Thunder player tripped up. Taken back by the Blues. Lampke hits the brakes. Looks out to his blue line. Hits his man perfectly. There's Best, able to shovel it out of harm's way before it's shot in and around the net. The Blues against the boards. Cameron unable to hold. Back to the defense. Unable to be shot in. 2 Blues collide with each other. It's Lampke and Cameron. And they'll call it a hand pass. Thunder up into the zone. It's Shepard trying to shove it in right at the line. The captain now being pinned up against the boards to where it's taken out, but a penalty up and coming. It's a hook, and it looks like this is going to go against the Blues. And it's Max Sullivan that I believe is going to the box. It all happened in a tie-up. So we're going to have a Lancaster power play. And this would be a huge goal for the Thunder for a last-second effort to get into this game. Thompson at center, shooting it in. Regathered behind the net by Casey. Casey trying to go up the right wing. It's caught in at the line. Thompson going down, a nice little move. Shepard will get the nice little backhand dish off. Working up, trying a little toe drag was King. Couldn't go. King and Shepard both in a tie-up. Sharp angle shot. A little turnaround attempt from Somerville didn't go. Up to the blue line. It'll be cleared in. They try to find it in behind the net. Shepard leaves it off. Waiting, little flip out in front, trying to get a lucky bounce, and it's slap shotted all the way down to the opposite end of the ice. Snow in out to get it. Casey trying to curl in around his net. He had it stolen. It's Lamke, I believe, that now gets pinned up against the boards, killing more and more time off the Lancaster man advantage. Working it around is Landon King. He's given a little shove, so that one will go just behind the net of Snow. And the Blues doing a tremendous job so far on this power play. Been unstoppable so far. King moving to the opposite side. King in, nice little windmill deke. Turning and firing was Crab, and he couldn't get it on net. There's a turnaround slap shot again from Shepard, and that one was blocked. So power play now expired. The Blues shoot it out, delayed icing. It looks like they're still going to call this. And that would have just gotten there in time. It was Lanigan back for the Thunder. And the Kentwood Flames and the Restigouche Vikings over on the other surface are seeing some straight time in the third. 8-0 in favor of Kentwood. There's a shot that's saved by Kelly. Face off one and taken out by the Blues with speed. Cote Beaulieu trying to throw it up. That one just acting as a dump in as it's now sent off the boards, not once but twice. And here's Ellis. Wade Ellis into the zone, hits the brakes, slowly continues up, wasn't able to get a pass off. And now the Blues just get it outside. It's touched up. Warren offside. Just under 3 minutes to go in this third period. And a very wild day of day 2 of the 2026 U15B Provincials. It's Braden Lane from the Byron Dobson in Riverview, where the hometown Blues are currently up 5-1. And here's Best in behind the net. Looking on his backhand. He's being pinned up against the boards, right out in front off the stick of Kelly. And smothered by the Riverview defense. Here's Lamke going up with speed. Lamke side of the net, looking out in front. The only one there, a Lancaster defense. And couldn't quite pinpoint who made the nice defensive play. But here's Kelly out of the net to grab it. Loose out. It's Baccio into the zone. Looking out in front, and Nathan Price barely able to get a hold of the puck. Get it out of harm's way, right out of the slot. And a good counter attack being fortified by the Blues. Here's Lamke down to Cameron. He had his pocket picked by McCauley. McCauley up against the boards trying to get it to Baccio. Baccio down on the ice. Regathered back for Casey. His clearance attempt didn't work. Now with the puck's wide open. Regathered. There's the shot that just goes over the net. Thompson down for McCauley. Lamke in there as well. Lamke around the net. Cuts back towards the corner. Still on his forehand. Goes up to his defense. Back down for Lamke. Didn't get it. Going around is Crab. As it stopped. Here a nice move from Cameron working in. Levi Cameron has 2 goals, wants a third. Is hit into the boards by McCauley. Taken back by Whitaker to the line. Thompson winds up, lets one go, and it just misses the net. Cameron, the wraparound, out in front of the shot, they score! And it's Lamke that goes up against the boards. And it's Cameron that doesn't get his hat trick, but will get a nice assist as he placed that wraparound attempt right in front for his teammate Lennon Lamke. It's Hennessy that works his way back into the zone. Pressure right in at the blue line. A little clear in by Sullivan. Winging around the net. King has to retreat and go back where he came from. Hennessy in the corner. Looking. There's one sent high out in front. The attempted shot doesn't work. It's Fisher in around the net. looking at the face-off dot. A nice move right out in front. The shot turned away by Snow, and collisions right at the buzzer. Players down on Parker Snow. And the Blues will come out of the pile victorious. It's a 6-1 victory. Make that last goal, Johnson from Sullivan. Or excuse me, that'll be the 5th goal. The 6th goal, Lampke from Cameron. The Lancaster will now go down to 0-2. The Blues will be 2-0. As they will both play their last game tonight here, right on MST. Stick around for our next game, as they will get all started up at 2:15 here in MST. It's Brandon Lane signing off from the Byron Dobson in Riverview for the 2026 U15B Provincials.